everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Lemax Gruesome Gravedigger. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Gruesome Gravedigger. This one is probably popular if you collect the figures, I would imagine, just because of the theme and the good size that it comes with. But for me, there's kind of a flaw that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But let's start with the facts. It was released in 2005 and was retired in 2009. SKU number off the top, 53511. Now for some dimensions. We have 4.13 inches high, 6.30 inches wide, and 3.94 inches in depth. Product type, accessory, and it feels to me like it's made of porcelain. Okay, there is absolutely no power, lights, or sound on this piece, so we will skip that and go right to the price. When it came out, it was originally $14.99. Now today, for a perfect condition unit, it is going to run you about $24 after shipping. That is probably fair for this piece, considering its age, considering the size, and there is a lot going on. So $24 doesn't seem too out of the ballpark, in my opinion. Lastly, the weight, it is roughly a pound. Okay, so that wraps up all of the facts. Now it's time we take a closer look. So because there is a decent amount to cover here, instead of going top to bottom like we normally do, we're going to go from left to right. Starting with the carriage itself, this is kind of that flaw that I was talking about earlier. Unfortunately, it's right here at the top. So here's the thing with the carriage. Good size, really feels like it kind of missed. And I'm going to tell you why, because it's kind of like part of the show, because it's so big and it sticks out so heavily to me, especially with the big gold wheels on it. They should have done something with it other than just paint it black and trim it in like gray. It looks to me like it was an unfinished carriage, and I don't know why, because it's such a big part of the, of this unit here. You would think that the carriage would kind of be like a crazy highlight, but for me, it's not. There's no like windows really painted into it. There's no detail. And you know me, I love detail. And for me, the carriage missed. I mean, just flat out, it missed. Okay, so as we work our way more towards the middle, there is going to be a decently sized tree here. It's not the biggest tree, and scaling-wise, it definitely doesn't seem to be appropriate, but the idea of the tree being there is kind of cool. There's one of those classic crows we see a lot with Lemax. The tree, as far as the detail, is reasonable. There's definitely a little bit of contrast in colors, depending on how the light hits it, but scaling-wise, way off. But anyways, nonetheless, it's there. All right, moving on to one of my favorite parts, is the horse. I'm a huge animal lover, and the horse is adorable, and they did do some decent detail on the horse, so there's kind of a lot to see there, and so I'm glad to see that as well, because that kind of helped carry a little bit that the carriage kind of missed. And it's also got some real chain coming off of it as well that goes from the horse to the carriage, like it's actual chain. So that for me is a highlight. Okay, now let's work our way more towards the front here, again going from left to right. We're gonna start with the tombstone. So the tombstone does not have any writing on it. Couldn't tell you why, but it does not, and it's a different color than anything on. It's like, I don't know, like an off-color green or something. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe they're trying to give it a little contrast from all the gray on the horse and the carriage. I don't know. But anyways, it's actually, even though there is no writing, there is some detail on it though. You have to look close, but it is there. You can see that they actually molded some kind of like depth to it, and that's cool, especially because it's right in the front. Would have been nice to have a saying, but again, we got something there. And there is also a shovel in front of it as well, which I thought was a very nice touch. All right, now working our way to the man himself. This is the Gruesome Gravedigger. Right here, you're looking at him. Man, this guy though, see, this is the change of pace right here. This guy is loaded in detail. Like, all the money for detail for this piece, whatever it was, went into this guy right here. Even the face, I mean, is like pinpoint on the detail. He's got a beautiful hat, got a crazy cool outfit that really fits what he's doing. He's holding a shovel. I mean, that's where the money went, I think, is to the Gruesome Gravedigger himself, because the detail on him compared to everything else is like two different stratospheres put together. He's also standing in a grave as well, so that would be, you know, what he's doing, right? And there's a pile of dirt right next to him. And of course, the ground itself is covered in like grass. There is no other tombstones though, so I don't know that he's actually burying this whatever in a cemetery. I don't know what he's burying. Could be a body, an animal. I have no idea. But whatever he's doing, there is no other tombstones around. So that kind of feels to me like he just found a spot on some property somewhere. And, you know, I'm deep diving into the storyline right now, just kind of making it up here. But that's what I get from it. You know, like this guy has got something he's trying to hide, something he's trying to get rid of, and he's going to go clean up the mess. And that's what he's doing. So anyways, okay, look, I know it seems like I kind of maybe had a little bit of a negative view towards this piece, but it's really not that. It's just that I try to be transparent. I love most of everything. You know that about me. I love it all. So when I, you know, have a little doubts about a piece, you know, it's pretty rare, but it's just, gosh, the potential that this thing had with that carriage is really what sank it for me. I could get over the tree not being to scale, but the carriage, it's huge on the piece. I mean, it's gigantic. And if you ever get one of these, or you do have one of these, take a look. Look how big that carriage is. And I know they put the big gold, like, or maybe they're supposed to be wooden, but they look gold to me, wheels on it to kind of like try to do something with it. But man, had they really done up that carriage, first of all, the price definitely could have been higher. And maybe that's partly why they didn't do it, to try to save costs on what it was going to be, you know, to all of us. But God, you know, when they do something and it misses like that, and you know the potential was there, oh man, I would have loved to seen some of the early drawings of this piece, you know, when they're designing, just to see what it could have been. But anyways, I obviously have one, so I do like it. But this is one of those pieces, guys, where I'm gonna be transparent, and it just is what it is. So anyways, okay. There we go. That is the Gruesome Gravedigger. I hope at the very least you got a deeper understanding of the piece. I thank you as always for continuing to support my channel. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.